Friends, let's be honest, the financial system is rigged. It's a complex web of rules and regulations that seem to benefit only a select few. The rest of us? We're left to navigate a maze that feels impossible to understand, let alone master. It's a giant, complicated machine designed to benefit the few at the expense of the many. The stock market, the banking system, the entire financial industry is set up in a way that makes it incredibly difficult for the average person to get ahead. You work hard, you save money, and yet the system is silently stealing from you every single day. You might think you're doing everything right, paying off debt, putting money into savings, investing in your future. But the truth is, the deck is stacked against you. How? Through a clever little trick called inflation. Inflation is like a hidden tax that eats away at your purchasing power. It's subtle, it's insidious, and it's happening right under your nose. Remember when a candy bar cost a nickel? Now it's $2. This isn't just nostalgia talking, it's a real measurable phenomenon. Prices go up, but your wages don't keep pace. Over time, your money buys less and less. That's inflation, folks, and it's a direct result of a financial system built on lies. The value of your hard-earned money is being eroded, and most people don't even realize it's happening. They just know that life seems to be getting more expensive. This isn't a conspiracy theory, it's basic economics. The principles of supply and demand, the role of central banks, the impact of government policies, all of these factors contribute to the inflationary pressures that affect us all. And it's time we understood how this system works so we can protect ourselves. Financial literacy is more important than ever. By educating ourselves, we can make smarter decisions, advocate for fairer policies, and ultimately take control of our financial futures. Start by having open conversations about money with your family and friends. Share what you know, learn from others, and don't be afraid to ask questions. The more we talk about these issues, the more we can demystify them. Attend workshops, read books, and seek advice from trusted financial advisors. There are resources out there designed to help you navigate this complex system. Take advantage of them. Online courses and webinars can also be incredibly helpful. They offer the flexibility to learn at your own pace and cover a wide range of topics from basic budgeting to advanced investment strategies. Imagine the peace of mind that comes from understanding your finances and knowing you're making informed decisions. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving in a system that wasn't designed with your best interests in mind. And remember, change starts with us. By becoming more financially literate, we can push for systemic changes that benefit everyone, not just the wealthy few. It's a long road, but every step we take brings us closer to a fairer, more equitable financial system. So let's commit to learning, sharing, and advocating for a better financial future. Together, we can make a difference. You're not alone in this fight. We're all in it together, and together we can win. For centuries, gold was the world's currency. It was the bedrock of economic stability, a universal standard that transcended borders and cultures. Gold was not just a metal, it was a symbol of wealth, power, and trust. Empires rose and fell on the strength of their gold reserves, and wars were fought over its control. It was tangible, valuable, and most importantly, finite. This finiteness meant that gold could not be easily manipulated or devalued. It was a safeguard against the whims of rulers and the unpredictability of markets. People trusted gold because it was real, something they could hold in their hands and know its worth. Governments couldn't just print more of it, but then something changed. The world began to shift towards a new form of currency, one that was not bound by the physical limitations of gold. This shift was driven by the need for more flexible economic policies and the desire to stimulate growth without the constraints of a finite resource. Politicians and bankers, those crafty devils, realized they could control the system better if they controlled the money. They saw an opportunity to expand their influence and power by moving away from gold and towards a system where they could create money at will. This was the birth of fiat currency, a revolutionary concept that would change the world forever. Enter fiat currency paper money with no intrinsic value, backed only by the government's promise. This promise was supposed to ensure that the money would be accepted and trusted by the people. However, unlike gold, fiat currency could be produced in unlimited quantities, leading to potential abuse and inflation. A promise, as you'll soon see, that's about as reliable as a drunkard's oath. Over time, the value of fiat currency has been eroded by inflation and economic mismanagement. People have become increasingly skeptical of the promises made by their governments, leading to protests and a loss of faith in the financial system. This shift from gold to paper marked the beginning of a long con, a financial sleight of hand that continues to this day. The transition was not just a change in the medium of exchange, but a fundamental transformation in the way economies operate. It allowed for unprecedented economic growth and development, but also introduced new risks and uncertainties. The story of fiat currency is a tale of innovation, ambition, and ultimately, the relentless pursuit of control over the world's wealth. Under the gold standard, money had real weight, literally. You knew your gold coin held its value because it represented something tangible, something you could hold in your hand. This limited the government's ability to manipulate the currency, keeping inflation in check. Prices remained relatively stable, and people could save their money knowing it wouldn't lose its purchasing power. But that stability threatened those in power. They wanted more control, more flexibility to meddle in the economy. And for that, they needed a different kind of money. Enter fractional reserve banking, a system so convoluted it would make a Wall Street executive blush. Here's the gist. Banks are allowed to lend out more money than they actually have in reserves. Think about that for a second. It's like a bakery selling 10 cakes when they only have 5 in the oven. This magical money creation allows banks to earn interest on money that doesn't even exist, while simultaneously increasing the money supply and, you guessed it, fueling inflation. No discussion of this financial charade would be complete without mentioning the puppet masters themselves, central banks. These unelected institutions, shrouded in secrecy, hold immense power over the economy. They control interest rates, manipulate the money supply, and essentially dictate the value of your hard-earned money. They claim to be stabilizing the system, but their track record suggests otherwise. From the Great Depression to the 2008 financial crisis, central banks have repeatedly proven their incompetence and their willingness to bail out their cronies on Wall Street at the expense of everyday people. Inflation is a sneaky beast. It slowly erodes the value of your money, like a thief in the night stealing pennies from your piggy bank. Remember when you could buy a gallon of gas for $1? Yeah, me neither. But here's the rub. Inflation isn't some natural phenomenon like a hurricane or a plague of locusts. It's a direct result of government policy. When governments print more money, the existing money in circulation becomes less valuable. It's simple supply and demand, folks. Since World War II, the US dollar has enjoyed a cushy position as the world's reserve currency. This means other countries hold dollars in reserve, giving the US an unfair advantage in international trade. But this dominance is waning. The US has abused its privilege, printing trillions of dollars and exporting inflation to the rest of the world. Countries are starting to wake up to this scam and are looking for alternatives. But fear not, dear citizens, for there is hope. In these turbulent times when trust in traditional financial systems is waning, a new dawn is breaking. The world is waking up to the possibilities of a financial revolution, one that promises transparency, security, and true ownership of wealth. Out of the ashes of this fraudulent fiat system rises a new champion, Bitcoin. This digital phoenix is not just a currency, it is a symbol of resilience and innovation. It represents a break from the chains of centralized control and the dawn of a new era where financial power is returned to the people. A decentralized digital currency, Bitcoin is free from the control of governments and central banks. Unlike traditional currencies, which can be manipulated and devalued at the whim of those in power, Bitcoin operates on a peer-to-peer network. This means that transactions are verified by a global network of computers, ensuring transparency and security. Its supply is finite, just like gold, meaning it's immune to the inflationary whims of politicians. With only 21 million bitcoins ever to be mined, it is a deflationary asset, providing a hedge against the erosion of purchasing power that plagues fiat currencies. This scarcity is what gives Bitcoin its value and makes it a reliable store of wealth. With Bitcoin, you are in control of your own money. No longer do you need to rely on banks or financial institutions to manage your wealth. You can send and receive Bitcoin anywhere in the world, at any time, without the need for intermediaries. This level of autonomy is unprecedented and empowers individuals to take charge of their financial future. No more middlemen, no more hidden fees, no more silent theft. Traditional financial systems are riddled with inefficiencies and hidden costs that eat away at your hard-earned money. Bitcoin eliminates these issues by providing a transparent and efficient means of transferring value. Every transaction is recorded on the blockchain, an immutable ledger that ensures accountability and trust. Bitcoin is more than just a currency, it's a movement. It represents a shift in the way we think about money and value. It is a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the principles of decentralization, transparency, and financial sovereignty. This movement is growing every day as more people recognize the potential of Bitcoin to transform the global financial landscape. It's a revolution against a corrupt and outdated financial system. The traditional banking system has failed us time and time again, leading to economic crises and financial instability. Bitcoin offers a viable alternative, one that is built on the principles of fairness and equality. It is a call to action for those who are tired of being exploited by a system that prioritizes the interests of the few over the needs of the many. It's time to take back control, folks. The power to shape our financial destiny is in our hands. By embracing Bitcoin, we are rejecting the status quo and demanding a better future. We are standing up for our rights and asserting our independence from a system that has long taken advantage of us. Time to opt out of the rigged game. The traditional financial system is designed to benefit those at the top, while the rest of us are left to struggle. Bitcoin offers a way out, a chance to participate in a fair and transparent financial ecosystem. By choosing Bitcoin, we are opting out of a rigged game and taking a stand for financial freedom. Time to join the Bitcoin revolution. This is more than just an investment, it is a movement towards a more equitable and just financial system. Together we can build a future where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. So let's embrace this new era with open arms and be a part of the change we wish to see in the world. The Bitcoin revolution is here and it's time to be a part of it.